What exactly are you doing in Nigeria? So you left your family. You are wasting your time. Nigeria will humble you. They will scam you. What about healthcare? Nigeria is too expensive. This doesn't make sense. It's because you have options. If you are really serious, you'll buy a one-way ticket. But if you listen carefully enough, none of these comments are actually about you. One thing I've noticed about human beings, people become very uncomfortable when you do something they secretly want to do, but they don't have the boldness to do it. And so they get very uncomfortable because your courage is confronting their fear. And this is one of the hardest truths about human relationship. People generally think true friendship is tested during hard time. That's only one layer. The deeper test is how people respond when life appears to be going well for you. Watch their reaction carefully when you share good news, a new business opportunity, a bold move, a business decision. Watch the reaction before they say congratulations. If you pay careful attention, you will sometimes see a slight pause, a tiny discomfort, a flinch, not because they hate you necessarily, but because human beings naturally interpret other people's progress through the lens of their own life. Your decision forces them to confront their own fears, their indecision, their regret, or dissatisfaction. That is why genuinely secure people are rare. People who can celebrate you without comparison are worth keeping close, because those kind of people usually have clarity about their own path. They face their front, they own their own lane. They are not measuring their life against yours every 5 minutes. They own their lane, they face their front. You know what? I've seen this play out in my own life personally. So currently I'm in Nigeria for the second time this year. First time I came around, I stayed for a few weeks because I wanted to test Nigeria for what it feels like living there really. No holiday vibes, no dirty December energy. Not Nigeria is sweet when you have pound. I wanted to see whether the life that I envisioned is actually practical. Living in Nigeria, balancing my business, family, and everything all together, having lived in the UK for almost 20 years. And it's been fascinating seeing how people react. Friends, they've practically questioned everything. What are you doing there? What exactly are you doing in Nigeria? So you left your family. You are wasting your time. Nigeria will humble you. They will scam you. What about healthcare? Nigeria is too expensive. This doesn't make sense. It's because you have options. If you are really serious, you'll buy a one-way ticket. But if you listen carefully enough, none of these comments are actually about you. It is a reflection of themselves. A lot of people are actually tired of the UK. They're tired of the routine. They're tired of the weather. They are tired of the bills. They're tired of the fact that life has become one long cycle of obligation. But they are not emotionally ready to take any risk. So when they see someone attempting something different, they attack the decision immediately. You know, crab in a bucket. They call it crabs in a bucket phenomenon. So when crabs are in a bucket and one is trying to climb out, the remaining crabs will pull it back. You're not going anywhere. We die here together. Because your movement exposes their stagnation. This same thing happened when I started creating content. What's all this? Why are you posting online? This is embarrassing. This is what are you doing? Now, over 130,000 followers later, they suddenly remember how they always supported me. I've always believed in you. Human beings are funny like that. This is why you cannot build your life around external validation. If you wait for everybody to believe in you before you make a move, you will remain stuck forever. At some point, you must decide that this makes sense to me and is aligned with the life that I envisioned for myself. So let me take the test. That is what adults do. And just to be clear, I'm not romanticizing Nigeria. I'm not also necessarily condemning the UK. I am building optionality, and that's what I've always been about. The UK trap conversation is deeply personal to me because I've lived it. The feeling of being structurally locked in one system, the direct debits, the obligation, the psychological dependence, the fear of stopping, the fear of leaving. So yes, I'm intentionally building a life where I can function across multiple environments. I'm still actively investing in property in the UK, and that is what funds my lifestyle. But I want my children to experience Nigeria too, not as tourists, but properly. And if that offends people, respectfully live your own life. Because at the end of the day, many people criticizing bold decisions are not doing so from wisdom. They are doing so from fear.